All right, so I ordered a lift kit for my truck from a company called Xpert Accessories. The lift kit was actually on sale, so I went ahead and ordered it. Ordered it on the 23rd, and then it arrived today on the 28th, and then I'm going to start installing it. All right. Nice. Got a nice packing list of the stuff in here. Pretty decent looking hardware. Wow, thanks. That's some thick stuff. Very nice. The box felt kind of heavy, but honestly it didn't feel as heavy as these individual parts feel. Oh, pretty good. That's real heavy stuff. I mean, if I ever needed to bolster up the welding, I could. The plates themselves are really heavy inside. Welded in 4 spots. Capture nuts welded in 2. And that's pushing up and out anyways, so that wouldn't really matter that much. Good. It's nice heavy duty stuff. There'll be another one of those in there. Yep. There we go. That's it for that. And these big ones. Nice. Pretty heavy duty. I haven't seen anybody use the second hole, so I'm not exactly sure what that was all about. Not quite sure why they didn't just trim that off here. But excellent. All right. So now to get it installed. All right, so I got these pretty much assembled according to the pictures that were in the sheet. The only problem is the nuts, the nylock nuts that were supposed to come with these, were not in the package. So I'm gonna have to pick up some of those, I guess. Yeah, because they are listed on the sheet as being included, and they are shown as being installed. I'm not going to show the sheet because the sheet says don't. Any use of this document without written permission is prohibited, so I'm not showing the sheet. But yep, that's the only thing I'm missing so far. I don't know, looks fairly straightforward. I'm just gonna pick up some nylock nuts. Okay, quick trip to Aubuchon's, and we're all set. $6.32. Now we can get started. So one thing I gotta say about the Xpert Accessories stuff already is that these cuttings are extremely precise, which is really nice. There's no slop in these things at all. I had to like push through you can see flakes of paint there. I had to push through flakes of paint to get those through, so I'm actually pretty psyched about that. So the cuts are really nice in the shackles. I think about the only thing I'll probably end up doing to these later would be to put a piece of square box in between there. We'll see. We'll see how they get, but they probably won't have much lateral once they're snugged down a bit. So, all right. One's left and one's right. And also, according to the instructions, side with the 2 holes is down. And they're not really left and right. It just depends on the direction you point them in. I'm being marginally facetious. All right, so I got my jack stands. Let me grab these things. Difference here. So here's the little OEM fellas. And, oh, here's these. You can see there's going to be a heck of a difference. That's for sure. Right, so if we look at the unit from the side, that's what it looks like now. I'll put these monsters in, and we'll see what it looks like. So look at that. I found myself saying out loud, "Oh my God, they're adorable." That's 14 millimeter. Man, wow. So I put these on there because I was going to have to tap these with a hammer, possibly. But I figured before I did that, I would just whack it gently with a block of wood. And when I whacked it gently with a block of wood, I practically took it all the way out. I'm not used to things going through bushings quite that easily. So I'll undo the nuts and take it off the rest of the way. I got this jack just kind of holding that so the whole rear end doesn't drop out of sight here. All right, that is definitely quite a difference. Almost wonder if that's too high. The other one's not in yet, so she's going to be a little bit lopsided. I don't know. That will be interesting. I got to tighten the bushing up just a little bit more. You can see I'm going to have to replace my bushings here. The ones up here are okay. The one down on the other side of this one, that one's not so great. I might see if I've got any bushings kicking around that'll fit in there. Wait for my old samurai days. If not, I'll just have to order some bushings. But basically, you want to have these tight, snug, because you don't want a whole bunch of lateral movement, but you also don't want them crushed down so that they're, you know, sending this into the metal. This is kind of getting sent into the metal right now because that one's gone. This one's okay, but it needs to be brought in a little bit more. But yeah, the ones up top, those are definitely better. I could snug them up a little bit more, but I don't want to do anything until I get the other side in. All right, so I'm gonna try something I used to do samurais and move them sideways in the garage. See if this works. Okay, so when I first put it on there, the tire was like pitched way out. That actually looks pretty good there. So what I ended up doing is I slid it almost completely forward there. I'm hoping I got this set up right. Who knows? That's the thing, is the instructions are often not solid on these. So I'm going to tighten this down and we'll see how that goes. And then I'll put the other side in. And hopefully the other side is fairly level too. This does not look as bad as most of the trucks that I've seen, because usually, like when I first put this in and this was out here, that pivot angle had the tire kind of like keeling way out, so it was like really towed right in, or cambered in actually. Yo, dog. Alrighty. So that looks almost perfectly up and down. Oh, kind of hard to tell. Let's like straighten the wheel out a little bit. There. All right, so that's perfectly straight. I guess you really can't see it from where you are. There. So that's got a little bit of a tilt, but I also haven't compressed the suspension either, so I expect that to come in a little bit. Now you're going to notice this tire here is pointed in an entirely different direction. It's pointed out. That's because I have to do the toe-in adjustment. But the camber's fine. So I think I got that. Oddly enough. Let's see here. So this is where I'm at on these things. There's a little bit of wiggle room. I can still go in, I can still come out. I don't know what the forward would be for, because I just don't see that as happening. And then the other side is pretty much identical to that. We're in the same spot. And that is that. Yeah, I guess I probably should have measured the height, but it definitely has picked up some more ground clearance, that's for sure. It looks significantly taller than it did before, and it looks like I'll have space for slightly larger tires, which is all I want, just slightly larger, nothing crazy. Oops, yeah. So yeah, I'm happy with that so far. I'll consider the lift done. Well, I'll actually consider the lift done once I do the toe-in adjustment. Or just basically align it. Then I'll consider it done-ish.